brilliant.
Okay, now I'm recording. Can you say that again?
Yeah, I'm a crack addict. Yeah, I'm a crack addict. I just love cracking packs for cracking packs.
Alright, so today I went to Untapped Games in Pawtucket, Rhode Island to play 16-man YuGiOh locals. I was on Tri-Brigade Lyrilusk for this tournament, and I got to play some pretty good matches, so let's see how I did.
I roll, right? It's 5.
I'll go first.
Game 1 versus Sword Soul, and we lose the dice roll. He starts his combo, and as you can see, our hand is pretty crusty. We definitely have plays available to us, but if we don't top something nice, it's looking like a Swift game too.
Alright, drop a turn. Okay, sure.
A bird call top deck is not bad, but we're gonna have to play smart if we want to break this board. I used Fractal to dump Cobalt Sparrow, which would potentially turn on our Lyrilusk engine, but I realized after that it means Bird Call or Barrel Canary have to resolve to get the ball rolling, and against 3 back row and 2 monster interruptions, that seems unlikely. One for one Celestine Wagtail would get us another Bird Call, which would get us going anyways, because Bird Call is only an activate once per turn instead of a use once per turn. But Chalice into Blackout ends our turn, and soon after, game 1.
Let's go game 2.
Game 2 I'm going first and feeling a lot better until I see Oath and DD Crow in the hand, some of the only bricks in the deck, and the only way to play through it is if Jerson doesn't open hand traps. I end up going with a weaker but safer line that loses to Dark Ruler or Droplets, but does play around a couple hand traps, so we can guarantee ending on some interruption. But when I get to the end of my combo without getting hand trapped, I get really nervous about a Dark Ruler or Droplets coming down, and sure enough.
There it is.
After that, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to the scoop phase.
Sure. Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Round 2, and we're up against Invoke Dogmatica. We lose the dice roll once again. However, our hand is looking considerably better than round 1. Dark Ruler, Tanky, and Turquoise Warbler is full combo against a setup with just monster interruptions, and Barrel Canary will allow us to extend through any disruptions outside of that.
Wait a second.
Oh yeah, and I'm playing Mystic Mine. Just ignore that, it's a substitute for Forbidden Droplets. I'm not weird, I swear. Unfortunately, Mechaba Pass is not a particularly powerful setup in this day and age, so drawing Forbidden Chalice seals the deal in this game.
Yes.
Sure, I will change Droll.
Or so I thought. Droll means that this game is going to turn into a resource grind instead of a one-turn bird beatdown. And I can't imagine any better grind cards than Zeus. Watching this back, I actually have no idea what I was thinking. Zeus can't even resolve with Mechaba on field, and even if I held it, he could just beat over with the Alistair in hand, which he normal summons. Then makes a Winda instead of a card that could beat over Zeus.
Activate Zeus to
Here I thought I could make Independent Nightingale and poke for damage under Mystic Mine and chip away at his life for the win, but then I remembered I don't play a second Independent Nightingale, so it's time to play under Mystic Mine for 10 minutes. Finally, I get to a point where I can make Shurag and banish my own Mystic Mine, and then we're starting to get somewhere. After I unlock my own plays, I start comboing and get to a setup that he just can't play through even with 4 back row. And after that, it's time for... I didn't record the first part of this game, but my opponent went first, and I managed to break his board with the Tri-Brigade combo and set up a Zeus to steal out the game. I'm looking at my footage, and it looks like I didn't record the second part of Game 2, but I won, and now it's time for...
It's true. No, I actually have another camera. It's behind you, and it's feeding your information.
Really?
Information. Yeah, it's true. Look, right there in that painting. Can you see it? Oh. 11. Hard to beat. That's hard to beat.
Watch this. Double 12s.
I'm ready. It's gonna happen.
Double 6s right here.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go first. You can cut this if you want.
Game 1 against Heroes, and I win a dice roll finally. Bird Up's first turn setups are some of the strongest in the format, and when we open up, the best opening we've had tonight. Multiple ways to combo through interruption, and enough extenders to make sure we have a full follow-up next turn. This game was meant to be.
Summon.
Yep.
We're gonna go straight for the attack with this one.
Sure. I'll activate Infecting Brave and add back row.
And I guess, how many times does this negate? Just once per turn?
Once per turn, yeah.
Okay. I'll go second.
That's unexpected.
In an unexpected turn of events, my opponent chooses to go second, and you can tell this really took me by surprise because of the Dark Ruler and Ash Blossom in hand. That being said, we did still open combo, and things are looking good if he didn't open any interruptions.
Alright, I'll activate Recital Sterling Effect attaching search.
Okay.
I get a little excited when Recital Starling resolves getting me a search, but that's short-lived when the droll comes down. I end on a modest board of Apex Avion without protection and some extra bodies. I could have made Appaloosa, but I decided it would be better to have some more get me another summon in the end phase instead of going all in on a play that loses to a single Dark Ruler. My forward thinking is rewarded when he makes Dark Claw and beats over Farragut instead of crashing into Simorgh. So in the end phase, I get to summon Apex Avion back from my hand and go for lethal next turn. I think there was a way to make 8,000 damage here, but I didn't see it and just missed lethal.
Last game.
Okay.
Unfortunately for my opponent, there just isn't anything he can do with Avion still on board, so he scoops up his cards and we move on to... The first part of game 1 wasn't recorded, but we won the dice roll and opened an unplayable hand with 0 engine cards and no way to start our plays. So we set to and pass, but our opponent is on Drytron, which does very well playing through low impact disruption. So
On summon, I will Chalice Diviner.
we managed to live through the turn, and he makes a Zeus to clear my last back row. That little play changed the rest of the duel, because at the start of my next turn, I can use mine without fearing a Zeus activation to net me some extra turns to get to a more favorable position. After many turns of passing back and forth, I decide I should start playing YuGiOh before he gets to a point where he can out the Mystic Mine and OTK me. I start comboing and make a Zeus of my own. On his next turn, he activates his own Zeus to force out my Draco Future Negate, then chains Forbidden Droplets to stop my plays right there. This was a pretty big misplay by me to let him draw into all the cards that would let him play through my board, so after that I decided to scoop him up and go to... Don't worry, I cut the Mystic Mine gameplay for you. Basically, he goes first, makes a board, then I Dark Ruler Mystic Mine him, and summon Independent Nightingale to poke away at his life points. In hindsight, it would have been much smarter to make Zeus instead of being greedy, because if he tries to commit to a play, I can just use Zeus to pop all his monsters and my own Mystic Mine. But instead, I'm greedy, and I keep trying to poke for game with Independent Nightingale. So on his next turn, because I have a monster on field, he uses all of his monsters to make an access code talker and pop my Mystic Mine. From there, it's just a matter of Drytron comboing until he takes the win.
That's game. You got it.